What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking out for the future of this company. I'm also going to give you guys my price prediction for Monday. I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen based off technical indicators, based off technical analysis, and based off what the SPY and Nasdaq have been doing over the last few days. Now, before I give you guys my prediction and talk about some of the biggest things that we should be looking out for the upcoming week, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the WeBull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for WeBull with the link down below and deposit any amount of money, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Once again, this is a limited time offer, and you could always sell those 5 free stocks for cash and buy some Tesla shares for free. This limited time offer ends in about 1 day, so please check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, currently this thing's a little bit in the red, and we did have a bit of a red day on Friday, right? But from a technical perspective, we could see some very interesting things right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is this date right here. We have the CPI release on, I believe that's Wednesday, May 11th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, the reason why so many people are actually looking at this and they are kind of on the edge is because we're going to find out what's going to happen after we got that rate hike, because we got one rate hike on March, I think it was like the 15th or 16th, it was announced. So on the March 16th, it was announced, and we didn't see inflation necessarily go down just yet, but the effects of it would have shown for April. So the April CPI numbers are coming. Are we going to see inflation kind of start to flatten, or is it going to keep going higher? If the CPI report shows things just keep on going up and up and up, and we can see the energy sector plays a big role in determining this, but if things keep going up, it could lead the Fed to becoming a lot more hawkish. Powell could become more strict. Now, in the previous FOMC meeting, he stated that a 75 basis point rate hike is not on the table. The market reacted very positively to that because he's not going to be as strict, right? But if this is really bad, the market could take a massive hit. If it's really good, or if it's just close to expectations, the market should be fine. So this is actually happening on Wednesday. Obviously, Monday comes before, but in regards to this can have an effect on what the market ends up doing. But I just wanted to put that out there. For now, let's actually look at Tesla's share price. So looking at Tesla, we have the key support and resistance levels. Excuse me. So when looking at the way this thing is moving, we have resistance at 870. There's also resistance at 887, at 900. And if we actually manage to break past that, we're going to have resistance at 900, and I think that's $18. And then if we end up dropping, right, where is the key support? The key support is going to be around 847 to 843. We got a bounce off there on Friday. The next key level would be that $821 range. So be on the lookout if we do get rug pulled. Well, the way Tesla ends up moving is dependent on the market, because right now Tesla is sort of moving with the market. And unless there are some big announcements that I haven't even been able to foresee just yet, the market could make moves that are unpredictable sometimes. But I'm going to do my best and show you what technicals are showing just for the sake of this video and give you my prediction. Looking at the SPY real quick, you're going to notice something interesting. We have this pretty prominent gap right here. And I mentioned in previous videos, okay, when you look at the SPY, this thing often drops. It had that gap, then it gapped up. It got a slight bounce to the upside, it dropped down. Then we had strong resistance around $430. But you could see we dropped, we had a gap here, pushed down. People thought the market was about to just end. It was so scary. We managed to actually push up, fill the gap again, and we kind of gapped down from this end, and then we ended up pushing down. So this is an indicator that a lot of these stocks in the S&P 500, or the SPY that's tracking that, they may have a nice bounce to the upside relatively soon. Now, when is this going to happen? It's impossible for me to make a promise or be 100% accurate, because what if CPI is really good? What if the numbers are much lower than expectations, and that's the moment we bounce on Wednesday? Or it could happen much sooner. Now, from a probability standpoint, when you look at the NASDAQ, it's no different. And what's funny is the NASDAQ has very similar gaps. Like, for instance, we had a gap down here, we filled it. Another kind of like gap like formation formed here. We also filled that. So now the NASDAQ also has a gap. It does dictate a lot of those tech stocks. So I would be a little bit bullish. I would expect a bit of a relief. So that is a good sign for Tesla that sometime next week we should get that relief. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow or if it's going to happen after CPI. Time will tell, but I'm just going to talk about what could happen to Tesla hypothetically. So 90% of this video is analysis, me talking about what the trends are showing, support and resistance, and also some technical indicators. And a small part of this is going to be the prediction part. So take it with a grain of salt. I do it for the sake of the viewers because the majority of you have requested that. And for the prediction part, let's look at this right here. So looking at the daily candles, right, you could see Tesla's been kind of close to that oversold territory, not entirely there. We haven't seen a major sign of a massive trend reversal just yet, which is why the possibility of downside is there. It is possible for Tesla to drop. However, here's something else that's quite interesting. Going back from the time this thing was dropping, let me bring up the 2-hour candles. Look at this. Tesla is now starting to show a bit of an upward trend, and its support is holding it a lot better because on what is that? The end of April, we saw Tesla where all the way down in the 821 range. And since then, since we started the month of May, we've been holding above that, I would say 840 range, which is just an indicator that Tesla is starting to make higher lows just so slowly. So that could be an indicator that we may actually see Tesla start to move to the upside quite soon. And because the market has been kind of oversold for quite a bit of time, we saw the market take massive hits. It's very possible that we actually get a green day for Monday, and that's what I think is going to happen. Once again, don't trade based off that. It's just my prediction. I want to make that as clear as possible. But what I think is going to happen is this. So let me bring up the 1 minute candle first. The 1 minute candles. From a more meticulous view, you could see how clear it was that we actually hit. This is kind of like a demand zone. We actually bounced out of it and got a really nice move. So be on the lookout for bounces like this in this demand zone around that 840 range if we do end up dropping there. But what I think is going to happen is this for my prediction. Okay, I think what could happen is we get a slight drop on Monday, a slight drop, kind of like how the market opens up in such a choppy manner. We've been doing that for quite a bit of time. So that's why I'm saying that. We could be very choppy in the first 30 minutes. Tesla could end up dropping to, I would say that 843 to 847 range, get a nice bounce off that, and we might actually start pushing to the upside. And then we might actually break out of 870, push to 887, and then actually push above there and actually start testing the 900s. We could even go to the very low 900s, get a rejection, and end up closing the day around 900 or the high 800s. I would not be surprised if we're a little bit green for Monday because generally Mondays tend to be better. And also from the chart and the standpoint that we're seeing, a slight upward trend is kind of forming. Now, this isn't 100% confirmed. We haven't gotten a full confirmation yet, but you could see if I drew like a trend line from like right here to right here, we're slowly starting to respect a bit of an upward pattern. So Tesla's looking a lot better. Could we hit this high like 930s range sometime next week? The answer is yes. It could even happen on Monday, but I don't want to make that promise. It's quite unlikely we do that. It's more likely that it may come a little bit later. So the key thing to be looking out for would be the CPI report on May 11th. May 12th would be the producer price index. That's also going to be important. So be on the lookout for these big dates. It's going to be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on May 11th. So just mark your calendars, get ready for the April CPI report. And as of right now, I'm a little bit more bullish than bearish. I think the market is set for some relief. I think we've been oversold for quite a bit of time. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got a pretty decent day on Monday. So I told you my prediction. I wish the best for each and every one of you. Get ready, enjoy the rest of the weekend while it lasts, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't just trade based off my predictions. Also, look at the analysis side. Watch the chart in real time. When you day trade, look at those demand zones, your technical indicators. I want to make that as clear as possible. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.